Hey everybody, it's James here from NeuralNet Games, and today we're talking about Frosthaven update number 92. But before we get to that, I just wanted to let you know I've started a second channel where I play Magic the Gathering. So if you're looking for really cool deck ideas and synergies and fun stuff, go ahead, make sure you check that out. There's going to be a link to the channel in the pinned comment. I need your support. I need you to come and watch those videos if you like to play Magic. Okay, let's get to the update. It's finishing up files and info from LaserRock. So let's start with the good news first. They are almost ready to start printing. They're going to get ready here, hopefully by the end of the month. They still have a handful of things to finish up. They're doing the final big round of edits on the scenario and section books, which should be finishing up early next week. Then they just need to give those final ones over to make sure all the edits went smoothly. And then they should be ready for the printer. And then Josh is still finishing up the final card templates to get all the smaller components done. So it looks like maybe we're finally getting there. Are we finally going to get this wrapped up? And then the last thing we have to deal with is the shipping crisis. Okay, let's look at some of these items. And the first thing I just wanted to point out to you is that stamina potion is totally fixed. I love this fix so much. For all of those of you who haven't seen it before, during your turn, refresh one level 1 card from your discard pile. Thank you. It means they have more control over what cards you're going to go grab from the discard, and it has its intended purpose. It gives you an extra little bit of longevity. Make sure you're using it on turns when you have an odd number of cards so that you get an extra full turn of longevity. But it's not going to be as easily exploitable. And then they've also fixed right here, they've got the crafting symbols. They've tweaked those a little bit. So liking those. And I'm just so excited. There's been so much drama in this campaign that it just feels really good to talk about some of the cool stuff that they're actually doing, because I still think this is going to be the greatest game of all time for people who love this style of game. I think that it's going to blow Gloomhaven out of the water, even though it's been a bit of a rocky road to get there. The next is they've kind of modified the cards for the monsters on the monster ability cards. Nothing really major. I still don't really understand why they're not blue. I think it would make more sense to me if they were, some sort of blue theme. But anyways, that's personal preference. It's not the end of the world. The next is these really cool boss cards. And I hope that they've thought really long and hard about how bosses work, because they were too gimmicky in Gloomhaven. They weren't that good. I've got a bunch of videos on, things I don't like about Gloomhaven. I'll put a link down in the description so you can go and take a look if you want. But anyways, the bosses, to fit the information better, they are only two actual pieces of information. So you see here, we've only got level 0 and 1 instead of 0, 1, 2, and 3. And that's just to allow some more room to actually display the information without just jamming it in really tightly. I think that's a good design decision, and it's one that actually costs them more money that, they've essentially done just to make the game better. And so I just want to say I appreciate that. There's been a bunch of negativity in the campaign, and I totally get it. I mean, it has been a show with this broken token stuff and all the delays and, everything else, but it still shows that they're working hard to make the game better. And we still don't have, any more clarity on shipping, but at least we're getting us a commitment right here. Get all the efforts done by the end of the month. Still on track to make this happen. Seems a bit ambitious just from what I'm reading. Maybe the final edits aren't really that much, but it feels like potentially it could be longer still. But anyways, they've committed to getting it done by the end of the month. We still don't have a good understanding of, exactly how shipping is going to work. And I still have a lot of concerns about that. if anyone has information on that, thoughts on that, make sure you comment below. I'm always interested in hearing, what people have to say on the subject because, you know, I haven't gotten a game for so long. It's crazy. Like through Kickstarter, like everything has been delayed so much. Like I've ordered games years ago that haven't shown up. I had at one point like 7, 8, somewhere around there, 7 or 8 games out in the ether, and none of them have come through yet. It's been pretty crazy. Okay, let's talk about the organizers next. And I feel like we don't have clarity still. I think maybe we're getting a little bit closer, but the value proposition still has not been addressed. So the information in this update has nothing to do with the folded space one. It's basically just about laser ox. And so let's start, with that. We've got laser ox, and there's gonna be an extra set of questions so that you can decide whether you want tuck box option or whether you want this wood solution to hold the monsters. And so let's just talk about those. And so I was looking at this, right? I don't have the tuck box solution for Gloomhaven. Kind of cheap, I guess. I've got like a basic organization system I kind of created myself with envelopes and bags and all kinds of things. It works though. Anyways, I see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 20 total spots for tuck boxes. I know there are drastically more monsters than that. So are you just like mixing monsters in some of these tuck boxes? If we look here at the wooden insert, it's got 5 layers and it's got 9 monster spots per. So that would be 45 monsters. And right now, I just can't remember exactly how many monsters there are, but 45 being spread out like that and easily sortable by layer seems to me to be drastically more efficient and desirable than these tuck boxes. So I'm really curious. Make sure you comment below and let me know why you would choose either option. And I'm curious to see if people would choose the tuck boxes and why. Because to me, I would 100% choose the actual wooden like monster solution, right? Doesn't make sense to me that you would have these weird little tuck boxes. Anyways, make sure you comment. And yeah, don't forget you need to fill out the form so that you can decide which one you're going with. If you're going with the laser ox organizer, it's going to have 4 character trays that you can kind of hold your active characters. I mean, pretty standard stuff there. They're saying there won't be any lid lift, but I don't know if they can really commit to that because they still don't have a solution for the map tiles. So I guess, I mean, if they are committing to that, that probably means the map tile solution is going to be an exterior solution, which I think is just fine. So let's see if that actually, holds up and stays true. Trays will have slanted walls for easy access wherever possible. Nice little, condition token organizer. And I think they've made some progress. Like, I feel like we're getting closer, but again, like I said, the value piece just has not been addressed. I think Laser Ox, to me now, with what I've seen here, is a better overall solution than Folded Space, just because it is made out of wood, and wood is better than foam, in my opinion. I mean, it's not better for weight, but overall, just for aesthetic and like, games are a bit of a showpiece now, right? People want to show off their board games because they cost a flippin' fortune, and you want to have something that your friends are gonna be like, ooh, ah, right? Like, anyways, that's pretty much it for the update. If this video helped you, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of my viewers and all of my subscribers. I couldn't do it without you.